Thank you, Madam President. I want to also lend my voice with the welcoming the new senator. Of course, we go a long way, well-known brother, friend. So I'm hoping that whatever contributions that will be made here by you would be beneficial to the Assembly, and that we all will learn and grow from it. Also, I want to lend my voice in extending condolences to you, Madam President, on the passing of the gentleman. We hope that you would receive comfort from the few words of condolences that we share with you, and so on. And also, Brother Joachim, and your latest undertakings in terms of the deaths in your family. We all sometimes go through these phases. Today is yours, tomorrow could be mine. So let us be mindful in supporting each other as much as we possibly can. Madam President, I must say that sometimes when you come to this honorable house to talk, sometimes the conversation goes overboard. And, you know, either through excitement, I don't know, but when you hear the comments made by certain senators, you tend to think to yourself whether they are on a trail of campaigning to gain the right to maybe represent the party in upcoming elections. And secondly, you tend to ask yourself the question, what are they defending? You know, with their sayings, what they say, when you look, most times it is not supported by facts. Some of them, they speak in order to, maybe I would say, cover themselves and to give some basis for their companies and what they do. They try to justify. But St. Lucians are not foolish. St. Lucians are not stupid. St. Lucians are smart persons. They are smart people. They understand and they say things, and when it's not for them, they will say it's not for them. And when we sit here and we make these comments, you know, they themselves have a way of saying, what is he saying? What is he trying? Pure condemnation on situations that they are involved in. This morning, Madam President, Senator Mangal, in some way, based on what he was saying, I deduced that he was trying to justify what we call direct purchase over the process of tendering for projects in this country. For me, as a humble gentleman, I see it as a shame for making such statements. Because he made his statements without any backing. First, Madam President, I do not know what school would in any way support the statements of the Honorable Senator. in that he is certain that going through direct purchase over bidding, you save money. There is no way that you could hide cost overrun and so on. But very simple, Madam President. In actuality, a project may cost, let's say, 5 million. And you, getting a direct purchase, would say, originally it's 5 million, let's forget about it. Let's put it at 8 million. Government accepts it, brushes away all the possibilities of someone coming in or group of companies coming in for to go in with tendering, and you gain this project through direct purchase, you are making an additional $3 million. So how do you consider this $3 million? The project cost $5 million. You cost it for $8 million. You got it through direct purchase. Yeah? There is a difference of $3 million. How do you call this $3 million? You call it profit? How do you call it? A profit? So, Madam President, while my dear Senator would stand and press on this matter, there are other loopholes. CDB, does CDB agree to direct purchase? Does the World Bank agree to their project direct purchase? Do they? They don't. All of them go through a tendering process, and the right person goes through. Why? Why? It removes the barrier of any ill doing. So, one, there is a record that as a result, 5 million, okay, at the end, it came up to 8 million. Here are the reasons why it came to 8 million. It did not just come to 8 million in the sense that government or some persons decide, you know what, let's top him up 3 million. He did a good job. Let's top him up 3 million. Does this happen?
Thank you, Senator. I want to draw your attention to Standing Order 44, which says that the President, after having called the attention of the Senate to the conduct of a senator who persists in tedious repetition either of his own arguments or the arguments used by other senators in this debate, may direct the senator to discontinue his speech and resume his seat. So I think that we have been through this several times, and it's bordering on the point of tedious repetition.
It is?
You've made the point again. Can you move on?
Okay, but I'm sure, Madam President, I never made mention of anything that other person said. I went to specifics. So, all right. So, on speaking on this, Madam President, St. Lucia is yet to realize the benefits that my former colleagues are elucidating to.
Senator Mangal.
Yes, Madam President, on the point of order, 38A. Madam President, a short while ago, the Senator did indicate that in my presentation, I said that I preferred direct awards to the tendering process. Madam President, I never said that in my presentation. I simply made the comparison between direct awards under this government and its results as compared to tendering that happened under the Labour Party and its results in terms of inflation and cost to the public. I never said that I am in favor of direct awards more than the tendering process. I think that the members should withdraw his statement.
Senator Gedeon. Senator Mangal has raised a point of order and is asking you to withdraw your statement. Do you withdraw?
Madam President, as far as I sat in here and followed his conversation, every single aspect of his conversation supported, and yes, if I remember clearly, he did make the point that the direct purchase is more beneficial than going into all the cost overrun and all of these matters. So I
Senator Mangal. Senator Gedeon. Senator Mangal, you did compare the two processes, and by implication, it appears you seem to be saying that one was better than the other. That is what I take on it. So I will not ask the senator to withdraw the statement.
Thank you, Madam President. Today, Madam President, the situation in our country after 3 years seem to be now being spoken about. We have our health care. If I recall very clearly, at the last sitting, our new leader of government business in the Senate and health minister, while making a comment, I was interrupted, and she said that about the primary health care would be coming on stream to take over all the problems that I was now referring to. A year has gone, or almost a year, and still nothing. Where is the primary health care that she spoke about? She said to me that they would be launched. Has any been launched today? Has any been launched? In Denry, I was lucky to go to Denry Hospital.
Leader of government business.
Yes, Madam President, on a point of order or point of elucidation, I do not recall having said that primary health care will be launched, Madam President. Primary health care is our wellness centers, the health centers, and all of these health centers all over the country. We have 34 primary health care facilities. So I do not know, Madam President. I would like the member to indicate what does he mean by primary health care will be launched, because I've never said we will be launching primary health care.
Senator Gedeon, I don't recall leader of government business suggesting that something was to be launched. Maybe you can say it differently or continue your submission.
Well, Madam President, she made comments to the effect that primary health care would be attended to. Primary health care would be attended to, and I was fortunate enough to go to the Denry Hospital to find the area that is allocated to primary health care closed down, and it is shut, it's not operating. And I was told that nurses and doctors are not going down there. Okay? So, with this problem, where are we? Where are we? So I think, Madam President, that we have a lot of games. I consider it to be games. Because we think our people are a set of maybe stupid people, that we can just say things and let it go, and then when it is brought to our attention, we quickly make points like we cannot remember it being said. Okay? We cannot remember it being
Leader of
said.
Government Business.
Yes, Madam President. Again, on a point of elucidation. Madam President, the Dennery Hospital is not closed, Madam President. He's saying that Dennery Primary Healthcare is closed. There's no such thing as Dennery Primary Healthcare. And the only hospital in Dennery, Madam President, is not closed. So he's either trying to mislead the House or maybe he doesn't understand. Dennery Hospital that got impacted by the last storm we had is not closed. It was fixed and it is open. We are going to be building a new hospital. But that is a different thing, Madam President. And we are addressing the issue of the new hospital. However, the new wellness center, polyclinic, however, the Dennery Hospital is open. We do not want people to think the hospital is closed, Madam President.
Senator Gedeon, I believe, Leader of Government Business, my recollection is that he said a part of the hospital was closed. However, Senator Gedeon, maybe you can be clearer as to exactly what you mean before you proceed.
Madam President, I said a section that is labeled primary health care is closed, is non-operational. The area is non-operational. And I got information from the workers. So I do not know how she wants me to put it again to understand it.
Honorable Leader of Government Business.
Madam President, the area where we provide primary health care in the Dennery Hospital is not closed. Where people go and get dressings and so on, Madam President, it is not closed.
Please be guided accordingly, Senator Gedeon, unless you can show me, unless you can say otherwise. Please proceed.
I am not from Dennery, it seems. I came from another area in Dennery, called another area in St. Lucia called Dennery. But it is there for all eyes to see. It is there for all eyes to see. Okay? And it's not me just saying it on my own. Not me saying it on my own. Okay? Madam President, it is all nice and fair to talk about what is it that they will do. It's all about what we will do. It is still yet future. Still yet future. One said that the developments in St. Lucia is reaching down to the grassroots level, it's reaching everybody. Everybody seems to be benefiting. Today, we still have farmers still asking for their wind crop monies. They have not been able to attain the wind crop monies. That is after the major storm that threw all the bananas in the valley, Viewfort North, and other areas. If we care about our people, we care about our people, let us do so in spreading or meeting those who are at the lower level. Why? I'm a farmer, grew bananas on the promise that we will be sending bananas overseas, either to Martinique or France. A storm came, devastated the crops, threw the crops. Wind crop came, which is the insurance agency for the farmers. And up to now, farmers are saying they have not received their monies. Up to now. Up to now, farmers are saying they have not received their monies. The fishermen, my fishermen of Dennery, we spoke about everybody is benefiting. How? Now I need to know, how do these fishermen benefit from the 250 extra on the gas? The gas tax, how do they benefit? I speak to them personally. Here we have the Daito been closed and now will be reopened sometime soon, I was told. No meeting has been held with the local fishermen of the village. No consultation. I remember speaking to someone who works at the cooperative, the Fishermen's Cooperative, and she told me that there was certain agreements that she spoke or they spoke, and they said that if they join as all the cooperatives together, the fishing cooperatives, they organize themselves together, will they be given to run the aspect of the fishing where they land fish, they buy and sell over to supermarkets and so on, hotels and so on. And they told them no. They told them no. And who they gave it to? I mean, we have the gentleman, he came, he did whatever he had to do, organized. Well, luckily now the fishermen are getting ice sold to them, and so on. And the fishermen were just pushed out of it completely and given to someone to run it. It's like, you know, there is no faith in our fishermen, no faith in persons who maybe work with them to give them an opportunity to see how far they can go into dealing with the fishing situation in Dennery. Because Dennery, of course, is one of the areas with the largest landings of fish during a normal fishing season. And they told him no. Told him no. And so now we have fishermen now always quarreling, always saying something. How are they going to sell the fish when they was closed and so on? Some of them, I felt sorry for some of them, having to go to sea, catch fish, come back to shore, and having to get a transport and go in and sell the fish. Some of them come back, I mean, I don't have to tell you. Some fishermen come back sometimes midnight back to their homes, and they have not even showered and cleaned themselves from the sea, water, and so on. And I am in touch, I mean, not with just one fisherman. I have cousins who fish, loads of cousins who are fishermen, all the little relatives who are fishermen. So I know what I'm saying. So we are caring government, but we have no time to try out our locals. We have no time to give the locals a go. They cannot do business. Let's go to the higher men who knows business. Let them do business and let them go with it. And you come and just sell your fish And that's it. But I know one day, Madam President, I know one day it's going to stop. That will stop one day. A lot of persons believe that we are in government forever and ever. Like, you know, that we own this seat, we own this position, and we are there to do whatever we want. Take no advice. You know, our advice is what we share, what we give, nonsensical. Yo pa me lek sa. Yo pa me lek. Ki mene ou ka di mwen ou me le evek se male we ya. Ki sa ou ka fe bay se male we ya? Ki mene? Se jede nou yon kagoume. Yo kagoume pou vendre poisson yo. Ek sa radistwe tout kalte bagay ki a fait de nou. Puis se peche a yo kan yon pou gen pain. From the machine pain ka vin vendre le bon matin. Yon ni pou gen from boutique pour y aller la mer et tout bagay comme ça. So, si un autre bagay qui est porté encore, c'est puis il y a jeune pour poisson, c'est qui puis moun là qui établi business là, qui veut offrir c'est péché non pour poisson, pour travailler yo. Qui ça, il a offert pour travailler yo. Moi, j'ai ouais, qu'on complexe là où il veut famille. Douane qui a vendu plus cher. Les douanes là qui vendent $10 pour un livre, by wholesale. Et si on allait un monde vient sur l'autre côté vient acheter des livres, il a demandé $12 et ben bye. Douane, puis douane a descendu pour $8. $8 un livre. Bon, ça c'est peut-être pour pêcher. That's a loss for the fishermen. It's a loss. So did we consider these things? Did we have a conversation with the fishermen? What did we do? Nothing. You know, nothing. And then we beat our chest in here. Our government is working. The government is for poor people. The government is for St. Lucians. Offering St. Lucians an opportunity. What opportunity do we offer them? Qui ça nous ka bay yo? We give them nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so, Madam President, St. Lucians, there is always what you call a date for elections. St. Lucians will speak their minds at the right time. Senator Hemangel Francis spoke about the whole development of the rearrangement of the police system and so on. He spoke about some vital wear program. It sounds nice. It sounds nice, but there is always the but. And I'm hoping that every stone is turned in making sure that in this launching of this program, that everything is covered. Legal, in particular, the legal aspect, where he said that the programs will be available for a number of branches or agencies, the police. He spoke about the prisons and so on. I don't want to misquote him or say anything that he didn't say. But my question to this is, the legislations that are going to be formed with the distribution of that level of sensitive information of persons and so on.
That's right.
Will there be stop gaps or legislation placed to safeguard? Because, I mean, if my dear senator should be involved in some activity or so on, Police does the investigation and so on, and there is information in there. Would that be sensitive enough to prevent someone from going in there and take this information and share maybe with persons that it does not belong to? You see, just like the situation that happened in St. Lucia with our former senator, what covering does he have? I remember there was a situation that says that important police information.
Senator, you have 15 more minutes.
Yeah, that's all right.
And
Was shared.
And remember, ministers are called by their title, not their names.
Okay, yeah. Okay, important information was shared or was handed to him by persons involved in collecting the data or the information that was collected. This situation, would there be stopgaps to prevent this from happening? Whilst it is a good thing where you can also go in and get your details or whatever, the sharing of it is what I'm concerned of. Who puts their hand on it and how it is shared is very important. So, Madam President, personally, I have my issues with this appropriation bill. Let's look at sports. I remember the sports minister made a comment about, with reference to the former sports minister, how he had containers of equipment being distributed, and he did mention Dennery South, and that is the constituency that I run against the present Minister of Sports. And Madam President, I need to say this because I need to set the record straight so persons know. I personally, I have a St. Lucian friend that works in Germany, and he works with a football club. And from time to time, I would ask him for certain bits and pieces of equipment that he would send to me. And this very equipment, I would take it and distribute to the youngsters in the constituency. So when the comment, I do not know where the facts came from, when the comment about equipment and so on was distributed to me, I still have equipment. I still have equipment at my house. I still have equipment at my house. And I still give to constituents from time to time. I give constituents from time to time. I have sourced equipment also from our St. Lucian businessmen. They've given me, whether it be money or the actual items that I ask for, I purchase, and I leave them there, and I still give to the guys. So I just wanted to make this point, that I have my way of getting what I need, and I will always pursue these areas to get what I need so I can help and assist the young men and women of Dennery South. And that is what it is, and that is what it will always be. I do not need government's money. I do not need anything from government to do what I have to do for the youngsters of Dennery. And regardless of what, Madam President, I live to see the day where all this jumping up and all this parading will come to an end. It will come to an end. We always say God is lying down, but he's not asleep. He always knows, and he knows the right time. And I depend on him for that. He knows the right time. And if it is not the right time, he will not. But when it comes, I will joyfully accept it and do exactly what I have to do for the people of Denver South and also St. Lucians on the whole. Thank you very much.